The movie starts with a man named Elliot sitting on a plane alongside his daughter, Ridley. Elliot works as a legal consultant for a major pharmaceutical company and is traveling to Canada for a crucial job interview. When they land, Elliot is annoyed to find out the pilot has ordered all passengers to remain seated until a ladder is brought to the tarmac. As they finally exit, Elliot's stress levels rise. He's in a rush and desperate not to be late for his meeting. After retrieving their bags, they head to their rental car and hit the road. During the drive, Elliot tries to explain to Ridley just how high the stakes are. He reveals that his boss, the CEO named Dell, is battling late-stage cancer and is on the verge of death. This interview is Elliot's only shot at a promotion to the board of directors to eventually take Dell's place. Ridley ignores him, clearly uninterested, her mood heavy with grief over her mother's recent death. As they drive deeper into the mountains and forests, Elliot notices the cell service is fading. Suddenly, the GPS cuts out completely, leaving him panicked since he has no idea where he's going. He asks Ridley to check her phone, but she tells him she has no signal either. The tension between them is thick. Ridley isn't close to her father and didn't even want to come on this trip. Elliot tries to lighten the mood, explaining they are heading to Director Dell's estate and insisting that his family is lovely. He advises her to smile and pretend they have a close, happy relationship. Ridley instantly sees through this, realizing he just wants to use her to look like a stable family man in front of Dell to secure the promotion. Sensing her annoyance, Elliot shifts tactics, mentioning how the Dell family is known for charity, having recently donated a nature reserve worth over $50 million. Ridley cuts him off, snapping that she isn't a child. She argues that billionaires like Dell only do charity for PR and to benefit their business. Elliot counters that it's simply how the world works. People must exploit situations to get ahead. He admits he intends to exploit Dell's illness to get the promotion, arguing that the massive salary increase will improve both their lives. Just then, the signal flickers back, and Dell calls, demanding to know why Elliot is late. Elliot apologizes profusely, blaming the remote road for the connection issues. He promises to arrive soon, but the signal dies again. Frustrated and rushing, Elliot speeds up. In a split second, he sneezes, losing focus on the dark road, and slams into an animal. Ridley screams and immediately jumps out to check on the creature. Elliot grabs a tire iron for protection, fearing it might be a predator. When they approach the injured animal, they are stunned. It looks like a horse, but it has a single horn on its head. It's a unicorn. Ridley is in shock, staring at a creature everyone believes is a myth. Elliot, however, assumes it's just some rare, endangered species and worries more about a lawsuit from animal rights activists than the creature's pain. Ridley steps closer and notices the horn glowing with an eerie yellow light. When she touches it, she feels a surge of strange, magical energy and sees visions of a beautiful, otherworldly realm. Her father calls out to her, but she's in a trance. Desperate to cover his tracks, Elliot decides to put the animal out of its misery. He bludgeons the creature with the tire iron until it stops moving. They load the body into the trunk to hide the evidence and continue to Dell's estate. Upon arrival, they are greeted by Dell's only son, Shepard, who mentions they've been waiting a long time. Elliot apologizes again, keeping the accident a secret. Dell's wife, Belinda, welcomes them and leads them to Dell's office. Elliot tries to smooth things over with the dying CEO, blaming the GPS failure. Dell notices Ridley looks terrified and asks if she's okay. She claims she's just carsick, but Shepard points out blood on her face. Elliot freezes, terrified their secret is out. He quickly tells her to wash up. Belinda directs her to the bathroom, and Ridley excuses herself. On her way, she glances at their car to ensure the secret remains hidden. The estate guards watch her suspiciously, noting the fresh damage on the front of Elliot's vehicle. In the bathroom, Ridley still feels the strange sensation from touching the horn. To her amazement, she looks in the mirror and sees her acne has completely vanished. Meanwhile, Dell confides in Elliot that his cancer has spread and death is imminent. He plans to appoint a successor, but insists his family must know and trust the candidate. Elliot thanks him, and Dell hands over the legal paperwork for his wife and son. Belinda sternly reminds Elliot that trust must be earned before any promotion happens. Suddenly, Ridley feels dizzy. It turns out the unicorn in the trunk isn't dead, it's still alive, and its horn is glowing. Ridley returns to her father, whispering that she feels sick and wants to leave. Elliot refuses, obsessed with winning the family's trust. Ridley tries to explain the magical energy she feels, but Elliot dismisses it as nonsense, telling her he plans to bury the creature in the woods that night. A noise erupts from the car, confirming the creature is alive. Elliot panics, terrified the Dells will discover he tried to kill a rare animal. He lies to Dell, claiming he needs to take Ridley to the airport, but Shepard hears the noise and demands to know what's inside. When Elliot lies again, the family's suspicion grows, and they go outside to investigate. To their horror, the unicorn shatters the car window, trying to escape. Elliot is stunned it survived the beating. One of the female guards attacks the thrashing creature. Ridley screams that it's a unicorn, a legendary beast with magic. She reveals how touching it healed her acne. Elliot realizes his own poor eyesight has been miraculously cured by the creature's blood splattering in his eyes. Shocked by the revelation, Dell decides to seize the unicorn for experiments. He tells Elliot to hide it to avoid police interference. Later that night, Elliot apologizes to Ridley for not believing her. He insists he only dragged her here to secure her financial future, not to hurt her. Ridley admits she doesn't hate him, she's just grieving her mother. Alone, Ridley looks at photos of her mother and notices one where her mother stands before an old medieval painting of a unicorn. She researches it online and finds two legends. One tells of a prince who killed a unicorn that surrendered for love, only for the prince to be resurrected and the beast caged. The second legend, emerging after the painting was restored, warns that unicorns are actually evil creatures that devour the innards of those who try to tame them. Ridley falls asleep and dreams she is the unicorn running through the forest, sensing a deep connection forming between them. In her dream state, she sees scientists in white suits running tests on her and her father. In reality, Dr. Song, Dell's company scientist, confirms the unicorn is real. Its blood and horn possess unmatched magical properties capable of curing any disease, including Dell's terminal cancer. Dell is ecstatic, seeing a chance at life. He orders Dr. Song to rush the treatment. Song takes a sample from the horn and gives it to his assistant, Bhatia, to test on Dell immediately. Meanwhile, Ridley wanders into the forest, searching for a cell signal. She hears a terrifying roar, and thinking it's a predator, runs back to the house. Elliot checks on Dell, who hasn't seen results yet but feels optimistic. He promises Elliot the promotion for bringing the cure. Shepard approaches Ridley, asking why she isn't with her father. She tells him she's researching unicorns. Shepard has the guard, Jeff, bring a printer so they can read her findings. Suddenly, everyone is stunned to see Dell's invalid father walking. Dr. Song tests the old man's blood and confirms the cancer is 100% gone. Overjoyed, Dell decides to mass-produce the cure and become the richest man on Earth. He orders Dr. Song to synthesize the formula. The doctor explains it's impossible. The blood is divine, not chemical. Dell flies into a rage, threatening to fire him if he fails. Then he hatches a darker plan: drain the unicorn's blood and sell it exclusively to the ultra-rich for billions. Ridley intervenes, warning them about the legends. She explains that while unicorns look gentle, they are powerful and deadly to those who try to control them. She urges them to release the creature before it wakes up and kills them all. The adults mock her, dismissing her as a foolish child. Ridley snaps back that she's done the research. Dell loses his temper and threatens to fire Elliot unless he shuts her up. Defeated, Elliot silences her, promising they have it under control. Furious, Ridley storms out to sit in the car while the Dells start cold-calling billionaires to sell the miracle cure. Dr. Song and Bhatia move the unicorn to the lab. Suddenly, the equipment fails and the power dies across the entire estate. Elliot goes to investigate, but before he can speak, a massive unicorn, the parent of the captured one, impales Dr. Song. Elliot screams for Ridley to lock herself in the car. Ridley turns on her flashlight, only for the massive beast to attack the vehicle, smashing at the glass to get to her. Elliot pulls her out and they hide under the chassis. Dell's guards intervene, but the beast easily kills one of them. This unicorn is far stronger than the small one. Ridley crawls out and spots the gardener's shed. She and Elliot sprint for it, the beast hot on their heels. They barely make it inside. The unicorn batters the door, but suddenly stops. It senses Ridley. It lowers its glowing horn toward her, showing affection. Ridley touches it, seeing the same magical light. Suddenly, a guard shoots the beast. Wounded, it flees into the woods. Back at the house, Ridley screams at them, "I told you so." Shepard admits he underestimated the creature. Ridley explains her psychic connection. The unicorn is sending her warnings. She realizes the large one is the father, here to rescue her abducted child. Dell pretends to agree, saying they must return the baby to the forest, but it's a lie. He wants to lure the father back, to kill it for its massive supply of blood and horn material. Elliot senses the trap and volunteers to take the baby alone. Dell refuses, forcing everyone to go, threatening Elliot's job again. Ridley begs her father not to go, certain they are walking into a slaughter. She cries that he is all she has left. Blinded by greed, Elliot refuses, insisting he needs the money for her future. He leaves her behind and marches into the foggy, dark woods with Dell and the guards. The hunt goes wrong instantly. The massive unicorn ambushes them, slaughtering the guards. Only Elliot and Dell survive, fleeing back to the house. Meanwhile, Shepard, consumed by greed, orders Bhatia to saw off the baby unicorn's horn. He sniffs the horn dust, hoping for superpowers, and his eyes roll back, turning white as he acts erratically. Bhatia cuts the horn, but warns Shepard that this will doom them. The horn is the source of the unicorn's healing, and the father will seek revenge. Suddenly, Elliot and Dell burst in, chased by not one, but two massive unicorns. Dell tries to soothe the beasts, but one impales him instantly. The creatures ram the house, desperate to retrieve their child. Trapped inside, Elliot tries to call the police, but the lines are dead. Ridley tells them the only way to survive is to give the baby back. Bhatia brings the foal out to the parents. As the family reunites, Belinda drops the severed horn. Elliot, still greedy, pockets it, but the parents notice their child's missing horn. Enraged, the unicorns kill Bhatia and storm the house to slaughter everyone else. Belinda suggests using Ridley as a human shield since the beasts like her. Elliot finally draws a line, refusing to sacrifice his daughter. Shepard, high on horn dust and delusional, thinks he can fight the monsters. The unicorns breach the door. Elliot and Ridley hide in a room. Belinda tries to sneak away, but a unicorn finds her and stabs her to death. Trapped, Elliot confesses to Ridley that he stole the horn, admitting his greed almost destroyed them. He realizes she matters more than money. The beast attacks their room. Elliot shoves Ridley out the back door and locks himself in to buy her time. She refuses to run. Outside, Shepard stumbles out, terrified. To Ridley's surprise, a unicorn approaches her gently and lies down. Shepard sees an opportunity and tries to tie it up to harvest its blood. The second unicorn lies down too. Shepard gleefully prepares to kill them both. Elliot tackles him, shouting that their greed caused this massacre. Shepard stabs Elliot in the stomach with the severed horn. Immediately, a unicorn kicks Shepard, killing him instantly. Ridley rushes to her dying father. Elliot apologizes for his neglect, telling her to live a good life. As he fades, the unicorn drags him to the foal. The parents channel their magic, healing both Elliot and their injured child. The unicorns then vanish into the woods. Suddenly, police sirens wail. The cops arrest Elliot and Ridley, believing they murdered the Dell family, as no one believes in unicorns. But as the police car drives away, the officer is stunned to see 3 unicorns galloping alongside the vehicle, guarding Elliot and Ridley. The film ends with the creatures watching over them.